You were there for that. It was bad.
Yikes.
It was bad. You
You
remember that?
recorded me without my consent?
You were recording. No, you were recording. You were holding while everybody else was fucking around, and then you got in on
Oh, so
later.
I wasn't actually in the
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, I feel like there was something going
What did he
on.
say?
I mean, Steven was in our room at that time, and
Oh, that was then.
and he was.
To who?
Do it on the Instagrams. Would that be the only thing you could do? In case you need my phone. She's got her own phone. Okay.
Oh, I ran out of time for Instagram today.
What the fuck does that mean?
Is that a thing?
She has an app timer on her phone, so she can only stay on there for what? How long you got to set for? 3 hours?
2.
That's not
You were
even
on
a limitation.
Jesus.
Except it ran out of time. So
She puts it on there herself, so I don't have to.
So you have to go to whohighpodcast.com and then
Yeah, you mean that website that Steven hasn't ever set up?
oh, you go to the YouTube.
Dropped it like a hammer, dog.
Don't do that right now. Don't do that right now.
I already did. I was just seeing what he said. Just fucking pump the brakes, woman. Motherfucker, man. I'm gonna get beat tonight.
Are you guys arguing again?
I'm not. She is. All right.
What is the YouTube?
Don't do that right now. Don't do that right now. Except no one does that. We all use an app.
/ Shoe High Podcast.
That's
everything went dark.
Oh.
Yep. See, this is what happens.
We have to use our controllers every once in a while. Yeah. So I searched Who High Podcast and nothing came up.
You might have to do not together. Yeah. You got a live chat set up? Okay.
Yeah.
So how do I get the URL?
So just okay.
Copy the link.
Yeah. All right, and welcome back to another ear-tickling adventure of the Who High Podcast. I'm your host Tyrell, and with me tonight is
I'm Casey.
This one to my left.
Hey.
And Tomo623.
All right, and tonight we'll be talking about the 7th episode of the 9th Doctor's reign, Dalek. But first off, how's everybody doing tonight? You guys have a good weekend? Oh, that's why you took a nap, because you fell asleep. Now I understand. That's why we're getting this late start. Okay. I get you. I feel what you're laying down. I'm right there with you, Jameson and ginger ale, buddy. What are you gonna go grab?
How old is your Instagram app?
What do you mean? How old is my Instagram app? You know that we're live right now, right?
Yeah. So I'm roasting you about that. Like,
is this thing 16 yet? What the fuck does that even mean?
Jesus Christ. He just hasn't, it's really obvious he hasn't updated it in a while.
Isn't your phone supposed to automatically do that for you?
Well, I guess yours doesn't.
I don't know what's happening.
Well,
all right, but I'm doing
watermelon juice and passion fruit, but no, not
have
vodka.
805.
Oh, nice. Is it a IPA?
No, just whatever their normal is.
Oh, I think
IPA is.
I think their IPA is their normal.
This is an ale. I don't know.
India Pale Ale.
That's an IPA, buddy.
No, it just says an ale. What's up, everybody? we're discussing beer right now for some reason, which is what
We were
usually
saying what we all
happens.
had.
Yeah, I'm doing. Yeah, what was Scatter's gonna go grab?
Another beer. Oh, I don't know. Probably Michelob
Probably
Ultra.
his morning coffee since he just fucking woke up.
I know. Every time with this guy, I can't win for.
Can I
losing.
drop F-bombs on live YouTube?
Yes, you can, because we have an explicit channel.
Well, that's good.
Yes. For the podcast listeners, we are actually doing a live YouTube right now too. So if you want to watch us do that, that's gonna be great.
If they want to
Editing
watch
from-
us do that,
Do
they're gonna
this.
have to buy an OnlyFans.
Oh,
Oh,
ooh, wow.
But you can't edit live YouTube, so
yikes!
Yeah, this is all going out as is. So
Be sure
builds
to.
character, puts hair on the chest.
put you on the
Okay,
yeah.
did he just go bring a fucking bottle back?
Is that
He's
how
like,
it
fuck
was
it,
meant to
I'm
be
just
made?
getting shit face.
And this is how we do the Who High podcast, right
What
there.
is it?
See,
Oh, it's mead,
wine.
isn't it?
and that's not me. That's
wine.
that's wine.
Barefoot.
Pinot Noir.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Barefoot.
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 That's a socked foot,
Yes.
Tom.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean,
That's barefoot. Okay, but it's straight up and down. Well, it's kind of
yeah.
slightly angled.
Now we've got
Someone
18
will enjoy it. I
Now we've
guarantee
got
you I'm gonna get some.
4,000 listeners.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're gonna be like that girl's feet. Am I right?
Hey, girl, let me get.
We get those. But first off, before we get like onto the Dalek thing, it's a new Fortnite season. Holy shit! Did I see the skins out? I was really happy when I got home and updated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
first season.
The Red Knight was season 2 or season 1. Red Knight was.
That was
good.
I know where you're at. I played that season. That was a good season. Yeah.
From Game of Thrones, right?
Yes.
Night King was an awesome season.
And
Yeah.
I like how you. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. And I like it how they go, oh, you get the skin initially, but you're gonna work to get more of it. And I was like, all right, cool, I like this. So I don't have to like do some stupid shit. All right, I'm down. And I liked it. It's gonna be fun. Hmm. Did you see all of the things that
Schematic.
got like back? Like got it back
Fucking
into the
ass
game?
tart.
Like traps are back.
Nice.
And your concussion grenades, portafort, scoped assault, the combat shotguns back. Yeah. Yeah. Did you finish that other half a bottle of wine before you went to sleep? Is that what happened?
The first half. For
It's not
who?
normally what I open when I'm making burgers or brats.
Yeah, we don't. I don't drink wine when I'm making burgers and brats, man.
Sure. He ran out of Michelob Ultra, and so he opened the wine.
Ladies, if a man who drinks Michelob Ultra raises his voice to you, you take him aside and have a woman to woman talk.
Hmm.
I saw that just that one. I'm gonna actually say me and my buddy Zach were having a conversation earlier today about Bud Light and Miller Lite, and we both kind of agree that Miller Lite is the superior beer to Bud Light.
What?
But Miller Lite tastes much better than Bud Light.
I disagree.
Okay, I mean, that is fine.
They
I don't.
both suck.
Oh, we of the.
No, I love Bush Light.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I think that's a.
Bush Light is literally my favorite. It's like drinking water. It goes down so easy. You can have like 7 of them. And you're not fucked up.
Are we still talking about beer? Are you talking about something that you can have 7 of them?
No.
You could have 7 Bush Lights and you get fucked up. I like how she goes 7. And I was like, I think about a 30 rack is what I'm bounding out, but
I
okay.
said, and not. I said 7 of them, and you're not fucked up.
Oh no, you're just starting to get buzzed. You're just
Yeah.
a good start.
That's my point.
But the
we drink
problem
them
with-
at the races.
But the problem with Bush Light is you get super full and bloated quickly.
No, it's
Yeah.
light. You
With
burp
any
and fart it
beer.
out.
With any
Yeah.
beer, oh, I'm gonna drink 8 of these, and then yeah, you're fucking just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's fucking like, yeah, I hate that feeling.
That's why we've transitioned to Trulies.
That's why I transitioned to straight alcohol. Like,
No.
I don't know.
Tyrell, you gotta
Anyway.
put like a shirt or like something on your mic cord so it stops hitting the thing there.
Is it-
too.
Yeah,
Is it
the
hidden?
one's from down here.
Is it that one or is this one right here?
No, it's down there because you just hear it running through the metal right there. So if you put like a shirt or just like something there
No,
in the
it's
way,
Oh, it's this.
yeah. So whatever you're like rubbing against, but you hear it quite a bit on your mic.
Yeah. It just
I'm
keeps
rubbing
going.
against you.
No, gross.
Yeah, we already had that conversation before we went live, but with
Oh, yeah,
Casey, it was a lot better.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, as good as yours might
got-
be.
All, like POV, hand, and everything. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, I love it.
Oh, on
Uh,
to the actual topic of the night.
On to the actual topic of the night. We're going to be discussing Dalek. This aired April 30th, 2005. But said 2015. It's 2005, sorry. Written by Rob Shearman. Directed by Joe Aaron is what I'm going to guess. I couldn't really describe. Didn't know how to say his name right. But
Nailed
yeah, I'm going to guess I nailed it on that one. This one actually ranks really high in the Gizmodo thing that I looked up about the top Doctor Who episodes. It ranks 12th of all of the episodes that we have. So it's considered a classic, which this Dalek is a classic episode because just phenomenal acting, reintroduction of the Daleks as a villain in the modern series. Just a great episode.
I really
Yeah, and it also kind of defines, like we've been learning about the Doctor, right? We've been getting his attributes, his information, his this, that, and the other thing. And then in this one, you get like the short kind of like synopsis of like what the Daleks are. They're super fucking smart. They can crack codes. They can do this or that. Like all they care about is death. And then like, yeah, so it gives some of those pieces that are going to tie into like all of the other episodes with this fucking enemy in them. So I thought that was pretty cool too.
And I liked that the play when he finally meets the Dalek, the fear you see in him, like I'm gonna fucking die because I'm in a locked room with a Dalek that there's nothing I can do. I'm gonna die. And then that relief and then the anger, like he went through like a lot of stages of grief right there and emotions.
It was really great acting. I told Tyrell when I was watching it, all I could think about was Eccleston's character on Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, when he's doing that speech,
Like
walking
the
around
yelling,
the Dalek, yeah.
and like the "I'll have my cause" and all of that jazz. You know the one. Yeah, you know the one.
The role that he said he hated playing, yeah, we know, we remember.
He hated that.
He said he hated that role. Remember a Galley?
Yeah, he's hated a lot of roles he's played though. He hated playing the Dark Elf in Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It was the reason, like his reasoning behind it was just like it wasn't that underdog role that he was so used to. It was the bad, evilness, bad guy or whatever. And he just didn't like that. So kind of interesting.
It was. You got any
did you even watch it?
As he just poured, just go.
Open your gullet.
Yeah.
Open your mouth. I want to touch that little dangly thing that swings on the back of your throat.
I do every weekend.
Wop, wop, wop. Here it is. What did you get from it? Okay. Well, okay, that was I did
Where
not.
was it?
I didn't see the reference to Bad Wolf. Where was it at? I missed it. Man, I just must have like not even picked up on it for some
I
reason.
missed
Because I
it.
have
Yep.
yes.
Well, we just revoked net neutrality. What, like a year ago now?
Oh, wow.
So
Just going political on us, guys.
yeah. No, you're right. It's definitely a step in the wrong direction, though. Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Kyle.
You got a new one. Yeah.
Yeah, I got him. I know, right?
Came in a really tiny box though. Like it was in this like brown cardboard box, and on the outside of it, it just said webcam. And I was like, oh, I'm sure this is gonna turn out well. Okay. Who?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't know him. Hey. Yeah. Oh,
Don't worry. That's why I've got like 5 phones around me at all times. You know, got them around. You know,
yikes.
I
Did
got.
you close it on your other phone?
Yeah, there wasn't any other reason why you have 5 phones. So.
Well, you know, you got to have the X's nudes on them, so you know, you put those on the old ones, stuff like that.
Anywhere,
For your
anytime.
phone.
But we
You
were.
can't plug a fucking USB drive into your phone.
That's why you got old phones with different passcodes that she doesn't know.
I don't know what the fuck's happening. Why are we talking about this? Let's just.
It's just a random thing that happens at Who High, man. That's what we do. But yes, let's get back on the topic because Tom wants us to get back on the Dalek. What other notes do you have there, Tom? I know you were the one that usually takes the most notes on these episodes.
I took a ton of shit on this. I thought the fucking billionaire scene where he's walking down the aisle and he fires the one guy, and then the woman walks up, the assistant walks up, and he's like, hey, new helper, like, let's fire the president. Who do you want? And she's like, I don't know, a Democrat. And he goes, like, everybody stops and looks at her. And he goes, why? And she goes, because it would be funny. And I was just like, oh my God. It was just like the fucking like, and he's like, cool. And then he just like keeps walking. Like, what the fuck? That's how they choose presidents, because it'll be funny.
And the fact that some dude thinks that he has control over it.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of does.
No,
There we go.
No,
the internet.
because they got fired, and then went to the he's a billionaire, or whatever he was.
I don't think he was even considered like a billionaire. I think he was just like.
Okay.
No, he was called the billionaire collector.
I got
Did you
it.
check?
I got
Did
it.
you get it? Take care? Okay.
Hmm.
Good job, buddy.
I had to
Everyone's
make
like-
I had to make like a whole brand new scene and stuff in the Streamlabs for this today, and I completely forgot to add my own audio input because you know I'm a dumbass.
I'm glad he said it. I didn't have to call it.
It's been years. How long have we been friends?
Shut up!
I just don't know why you're fucking with the audio, man.
Again.
I had to set up a new scene for this, you fuckstick.
Wow. All right.
Don't get me started.
Because you had to put the other backdrop and get it out of there because it had dicks on it or something. Like, why'd you have to set up a new scene?
He came too quick in the first one.
Yeah, that was why. Okay.
They had to get a fluffer and everything.
I don't understand why porns is so long. I don't need an hour and a half porno.
Oh my God, yeah.
Give me one for 25 minutes. I'm
With
good,
some
guys.
really high quality stuff.
Yeah. Better storyline. Just you know. That'd be much better.
You
Better
fucking-
storyline.
You would watch the storyline.
Tyrell,
Did you watch
Tyrell,
Pirates when it
you're the-
came out?
you're the-
Like, very first?
You're the type of person that'll comment on a fucking porn video, won't you? Have you ever read those comments?
Absolutely.
You would.
I know.
You
Yeah,
fucking
He has to
would.
hold, like, a count
Yeah.
to
Some of those comments,
for
though.
sure.
Some of those comments.
Great penetration scene, but the acting could have been a little bit better.
She wasn't believable. as Sarah.
At all.
Oh,
Come
fucking
clean
Christ.
this. Like, come on.
So, yeah. No, it's interesting.
Okay.
You
What the
interrupted to go
fuck,
on.
Tom? Oh, yeah. What the fuck kind of
Tom's on his. Did he say his third or fourth bowl tonight?
This is my fourth.
Oh, he's on his fourth bowl. Yes, the Who High podcast does partake.
Oh, you are so lucky.
Not a, it's not your fault, bro. You know, it happens.
Fucking Corona's got me.
It did. It's not like you. Like Scatters. Like, what do you got to do tomorrow, man?
Look for a job.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just like you and the other 30 million
You just
fucking
like
people.
you just go outside and just go like this.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I try to
doesn't
see.
look like
I try to
Go
see-
back inside now. Grab-
Are your
I-
parents all paying you to do chores around the house?
No,
Just like you're a teenager. Hey, I'll give you $10. You go mow the yard.
no, dude. I
paid $10
No.
on my fucking lawn.
I saved. I have saved up enough money that unfortunately I'm still having to pay rent.
Are your parents allowing you to go see anybody yet?
Yes,
That is a good
that
point.
is allowable.
Oh, yeah? Hmm.
Too funny, dude.
Too bad everybody's leaving for the weekend.
Ah, dude, I fucking would love to just get out of this house.
Probably go hang out with Joey. I mean, Tyrell or me. Or
yeah, I bet Joey will be around.
I think you missed a podcast
Anyhow.
out with him one time.
I didn't miss a podcast to hang out with him. I don't
Good.
think.
I mean, if that's what you want to call hanging out.
Shut up.
Back on that topic. Okay.
Oh my god, Casey, do you need dick in your life? Like Tyrell, are you laying it down for her? Cause she's fiending right now or something.
Bro, I'm married. That don't happen anymore. Like, it's she put it off
Listening
at,
to too much WAP.
like
WAP. Whap.
week 2 it
Whap.
stopped.
Why do you lie so much?
Because I'm good at it.
Are you really?
Are
though?
you?
Did
Yeah.
guys-
Are you really? No, I don't.
I bought stock in the fact that he's been a born again virgin. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, let's continue to the episode. Damn it.
Yeah.
So you
Let's
mentioned,
kick back on. Go ahead. What do you got, Tom?
no, so you mentioned the dialect conversation.
What word did you
And-
say? Dialect?
Yeah. That,
Dalek.
So, in any
Fucking
event,
high ass motherfucker.
where he says to the doctor, he's like, you'd make like, what do you say? Like you would make a good
Dalek?
dialect.
Dalek.
Yeah.
I
Never mind.
So here he's gonna fucking
What are you
use his
gonna say
tomato.
about that?
He's gonna use his tomato argument again.
I thought you were gonna go differently with that, but when they were doing that conversation around the Dalek and
The doctor realized how similar they were.
how similar they were when he goes,
Yeah.
I am alone in the universe.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
are the same, and you're just like, he's
Oh,
right.
Shit, yeah.
And then
Like he's exact. And okay, so I realized that like brand new, like people that had just been introduced to Doctor Who,
Yeah,
like
you
all
really
the
liked the
American
lead up, yes.
fans. So this was like their first exposure to Daleks, and the fact that they were watching this and seeing him interact with the Dalek and realize how similar he was to the Dalek. I don't feel like those new fans would have understood the gravity of that realization simply because they didn't have any understanding of the history. So, knowing what we know, having watched through so many like recent like modern Who episodes, and you have been seen so many of like classic Who episodes, like when you watch it, you really realize like, no, this is like my sworn mortal enemy. They do everything that's full of hate. Like that's literally the only have is hate. And to realize how similar he is to that being, I feel like would be extremely distressing.
I think it was this episode that made me start watching the classics because I wanted to understand
Where that was
where that
coming
came from. And I think
Yeah.
that's when I watched Creature from the Pit was my very first classic episode, which by the way, bad episode. Just
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. The remake is a bad one too.
But after that, I also from the library I got Genesis of the Daleks, and after that I was just really, really hooked on Classic Who for a long time watching that. But it was this episode that made me want to go back and understand what they were. I mean, I did some more Googling and figured stuff out, but it was Genesis of the Daleks that they said was the classic episode to go watch about Daleks. So that's what I did, and this is what started me down this path. I was really, which is a good thing. Oh my, we wish it went dark. Turn on the lights, Tyrell.
I liked when he said you'd make a good Dalek. I think it was more because I didn't watch any of the classic. Still haven't, just because I just can't. But I liked it just because of the fact
I just can't.
I just can't. I don't care.
Never get to sleep at night though.
It's probably. I should try that. I've been sleeping like shit. Anyway, I liked it because it was like he's like you'd make a good Dalek, and his reaction was just like holy shit, like what is this war? To me, it was like what is this war? The Time War turned me into like it, like because you know the Doctor isn't like a Dalek, but seeing that reaction, make that realization of himself, knowing that like just the mention like. It kind of like goes into the like this is what war turns people into, like no one's above being turned into something like a Dalek because of war. Like
you brought it up because we get the Time War reference this time, and this is where you finally realize or get told that the Doctor destroyed his people and the Daleks all in one fell swoop. Was it 100 or 10 million Dalek spaceships that he blew up around Gallifrey at that point? Is what he says in the episode.
Well, there's 2,500 in each one of those, and then because he talks about that later on too.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really like you got to learn more about the Doctor, and you kind of, in all reality, this is the episode that set the tone for the entire series up till Day of the Doctor. Because the Time War is the thing that references throughout all of modern Who, and this is the episode where you find out about all what he did and where it went out. So it's actually that's kind of why it's a classic, and other than Eccleston acting just phenomenal and the weird it was just he. Although I have to say, when he got captured, they had him up like this and all spread out.
That's weird.
Yeah. Works out.
It wasn't weird for him. It was weird because the way they had to do special effects and shit. Like they shot him with a beam of red light, and it was supposedly like a laser.
I think it was an X-ray though, because it came out with the two.
Why was he screaming?
Yeah, why was he in pain? Like what?
The thing that was supposed to be like.
So here's the thing. They put him up against a metal bed frame in chains, which makes you think, okay, they're gonna do some type of like electrocution. But you fucking would. But it, like like Casey said, they hit him with an X-ray, and he just like in pain. Like, what the fuck kind of X-ray are they using to cause that much pain?
About the X-ray, he screamed about this like beam of red light,
which was an X-ray.
No, because they'd already viewed the X-ray at that point.
No, they viewed the X-ray after the first initial shot of the beam, and then they used it again, which was shut the fuck up.
I think that was established. Now I might be wrong, listeners, and Classic Who fans are gonna belittle me for this one if I'm wrong. I think that was established in the TV movie because the Seventh Doctor, before he dies, they're doing an X-ray on him, and he's like, "It hurts, you must stop, it hurts." Because
it's a Time Lord, not a Light Lord.
I think the whole thing with X-rays might be a thing that hurts him. Actually,
okay.
Honestly, I think that's in there. And then the two hearts came out and all that stuff. But I think it was established. Not for sure though. But you wouldn't know. Are
you sure it was two hearts and not two tiny lungs? Could have been two tiny lungs. No? Looked an awful lot like two tiny lungs. Maybe
You know,
they're-
the doctor does a lot of running for him to run off those two tiny lungs. I'm sorry, that wouldn't work out. That would not work out.
Scatter's the win for the night right there. You know what? That's the own of the night. Good job, buddy. Proud of you. Proud of you.
He does way too much running for those two tiny little lungs to be doing any fucking work.
And I'm sorry, Rose, and the special effects. That was the same quarter you guys were running down when you were running away from the Dalek. You just changed the numbers. Same quarter over and over and over.
Change the numbers and the angle, like.
Over the
Yes,
stairs.
same thing. Ooh, that was new because they thought they could get away from the Dalek, but he's like, fuck you.
Elevate. He elevates so slow too compared to like any of the Dalek. Like you can definitely see, like, it's funny when you first start watching this stuff and you rewatch it again, because you don't realize it when you first watch it all, right? But when you're rewatching everything, you realize how fucking slow the pickup is for like Dalek like powers, I guess is the best way to put that.
Acting back then.
I know, I get it.
Which is sad because that was better than 1950s, and that shit was terrible. You'd be like, boom! I would swing my fist from here, Steven, and you would be like, like on camera distance.
It's like the Batman fucking shit.
Yeah.
Pow!
Exactly that type of stuff.
I don't know. It's just funny to see like and you know, it makes me wonder why, like, because earlier, or when you watch like the Tenet and the Dalek stuff, like you see Daleks getting hit by bullets and shit, but they're like, their casing is like bulletproof or it just bounces off them. But like this Dalek can like melt fucking bullets before it even hits the casing. Yeah, like why isn't that a thing when the Dalek comes to the point of like a height of an empire?
That's because that Dalek hasn't absorbed all of the power from all of the United States.
Yeah. Didn't you get that?
Could we argue that because he's a warrior Dalek and not just a basic Dalek, that's why they melt?
Bro, there is only okay, first of all, from what I know, there's only like
hierarchies of the Daleks.
I know, but there's only one hierarchy, which is the Skaro, and that's it.
No, there's hierarchies of it.
Mm-hmm.
Watch
like any other organization, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the military. Oh, I'm the one that brought it up
Oh,
tonight.
Casey brought it up.
Like in a few episodes when they show them all coming out of the air, or the in the Bad Wolf episode, like air.
They're all
sections,
Bad Wolf episodes.
There's some that come out and it's like they're sitting guard while all of their subordinates come out, and then that one attaches onto those subordinates and then go out or whatever. So there's hierarchy just like in anything else, like in any other structure, organization, or military or whatever.
I mean, but their hierarchy is very limited, like very, very limited. As far as like the amount of the hierarchy goes, like you have the children of Skaro.
Is very limited.
Well, I'm just saying, because you have like the children of Skaro, and then you have like the Dalek Emperor or whatever the hell his name was, and then you have what's his face, the one who created them all. I don't remember. It's Davros. There you go. You have Davros, and then you have I'm sorry, but their hierarchy is very tight knit. Like to me, it would be like, I'd say like 97% all a warrior race, because every single one of them are bred and made to kill and to assimilate into like.
Yes, that is their general purpose. You are exactly
And that's what I'm saying. That's why to me, like them not like all of them not having like fucking force field that melts bullets rather than letting it bounce off them in later episodes, like that just, to me, that doesn't. I noticed those small little changes that they don't incorporate. Like they'll do it for one episode, being like, oh, and I think it's because I watch too much anime, but I think it's because like I've seen like they have certain abilities at the early stages and then they're never incorporated in the later stages.
different writers interpret things differently on that type of stuff. But I think you are right. But
What
there
is the blue?
hierarchy.
What is the blue?
What? What's the question?
I just actually realized what he meant by Blue Power Ranger. I was trying to figure this out for the last like couple of minutes, and then I fucking sat down, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, it's a vape pen.
Maybe like a semi-ish penis vape pen.
Oh, what is a blue Power Ranger? I love it. That's awesome.
Yes.
My wine's gone.
That's what you're drinking on too. 'Cause
Shut up.
Right.
Anyone else got any other notes for the episode?
I have a couple more.
But-
Lay them out.
But,
Go ahead.
Lay your butt out. Lay your butt out, dude.
I like the name of Metaltron. For a Dalek.
Yes. The Metaltron.
I mean, it was really just cheesy. What it was this dude grew up in the 1970s and 80s, and he was going off a Decepticon like Autobot type thing. You know, just like ha ha ha. That's good.
Voltron,
Okay.
Metalcron.
Yeah. And
Metaltron.
I get the genetic transfer from Rose to the Dalek, but they said the guy previously that touched the Dalek burst into flames. So wouldn't that have been a genetic transference at
No.
that point?
No.
When he touched him?
It had
Why
to
not?
be from a time traveler. They mentioned that. The Dalek actually mentions that later in the episode. He
Because
said it.
later in time he doesn't
He
remember,
says
that's right.
he said like getting the genes or genetics from a time traveler helped me rebuild myself or some shit, whatever it was. I don't remember specifics, but
Which is right, because if you're again, this laid groundwork for later on, because Amy and Rory were different because they had time traveler genes, because they started traveling the Doctor. Like there was always something like, oh, you're traveling with me now. You have different
You have companion genes.
whatever
It's a
fucking.
way of saying you got cancer.
no, it's
That's what they're
it's-
talking about.
it's the particles from jumping in and out of like whatever. Yeah. It's those. I don't remember. Like they explain that obviously later on, but
Mitochondrians.
What did you guys think of Adam, the British scientist dude?
I feel like
I'm curious where to take it.
to me,
Does he
I
this, right?
to
Yeah.
me, I felt like they were trying to test the waters of another companion being added on.
For a three-way.
Yeah. Yes.
Like Doctor Who's college era.
Like
Oh, that's
I feel like they might have put that through some tests like some test screenings, and people were like, "Nah, we don't really like this guy." And then they move on to like the later episodes of Jack Harkness, and everyone's like, "Oh, if we fucking love Jack Harkness," but
That
Sitting
guy.
there with Danny Pink.
Oh god.
Danny.
Did he actually get in the
Fucking-
TARDIS? Oh yeah, he had to because he got turned into what's it?
I don't know if Danny ever actually got the TARDIS. I know
How did he
his
get turned into a
ancestor did,
Cyberman then?
because he died.
Oh, the Cybermen were on Earth, so he
Yeah.
wasn't like somewhere else.
No, Danny got into the
I know,
TARDIS.
I stopped watching because of fuck Clara Oswald.
Hate that bitch.
Close your mouth, Steven. Tom's not there to put his dick in it.
Why?
Oh, why is he
Why?
not there? Why'd you hate her?
Both.
Steven said, why?
Both
Get
of
over
them.
there.
All of it. Why is there not a dick in my mouth? And why do you hate Clara?
Because she just doesn't have any charisma, uniqueness, nerve, or talent.
Oh, she's got plenty of that. You just fucking you're tunnel visioned.
Did he pick up on it? Did he?
Mm-mm.
He has no idea.
He didn't get it.
Cuntiness? Yeah,
There you go.
I know.
He's angry.
I am angry.
We get to see
Angry
more of
little
Adam
Power
later, so I was
Ranger.
just wondering how everybody thought about him.
To me, it was just he's more of just like a test. It was more to me. It was more just a test of like, can they add more people of, that might possibly be companions, or, the in and out of jumping in and out of the TARDIS.
Mm-hmm. The line, "You just stumbled in by mistake," and the Doctor goes, "Yeah, that sums up me," and I was like, "Yes, that's perfect. That's what happens. You just bumble into an adventure all the time. That's what you do. You just stumble.
Yeah.
And, oh, here I am. Oh, I guess this is right. Which leads us back to last week's discussion without the TARDIS takes him where he needs.
I was
to
about,
be.
yeah, like technically he thinks he bumbles into everything, but at the same time, it's like he finally realizes later on that it's like, the TARDIS has been controlling you the whole goddamn time.
And it was kind of cool because the Dalek was screaming, "Help me!" and the signal out, "Help me! Help me! Help me!" And the TARDIS latched onto that. So that's why the Doctor wanted to come help, but to find out that it's one of his arch enemies, and then just it's such a good episode. I don't know what to talk about with it because there's such good stuff.
Well, and there's like, and even when the Dalek was like saying something about like, he was saying something about the Time War or something. Even the Doctor goes, "Oh, I heard your little signal. Help me, help me!" Like
he called him a coward because he called the Doctor.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like it's just a very good episode to introduce that villain. Like granted, I haven't watched any of the Jodie stuff, but like I feel like the Cybermen and the Daleks have outlived their villainness, to be honest. Like to me, it's just one of those things. Like I said, I haven't watched any of the Jodie stuff. I don't know what they're doing with it. I don't care if you guys spoil it for me or whatever, because I don't plan on watching it. But
this was probably the first time and last time that I was scared of the Daleks, because you see the fear in his face when he's trapped in there and these emotions that he goes through. So this was the last time that I was really probably afraid of the Daleks, because they kind of do. I mean, you get them with, like truly afraid, because in the whole like Tenet stuff, they're being manipulated by the Master, and they're
true.
Not, like,
I mean, yeah, they are, but at the same time, like when you actually like see this, you realize like how dangerous a whole height of a Dalek empire can be, because the Doctor is afraid of just one. But it also takes away from it too at the point of the Tenet and the Matt Smith stuff, because you see huge amounts of Daleks, but he's not that much afraid, and it's like you were quivering in your fucking little space boots when you were stuck with just one Dalek behind a fucking wall. But come to a whole height empire, like even the doctor, like Tenet, the Tenet Doctor even says, he's like, you don't want to fuck with it. Like, this is a Dalek at the height of their empire. This is a full-fledged Dalek empire. Like, don't mess with it.
The problem I think some of that brings in too is they just sprinkle in way too often. So like the British outfit, and it's fighting the Germans in World War II, and like they just start like making it like every other episode, and then they start making them more human, and then they start making them more, and I think it just dumbed down some of it. Whereas this was like the true fucking form. It's smart, it's intelligent, it's fucking killing machine. Like, yeah.
And it's also, he's fresh off of murdering all of them.
True.
So that's still, he just got done fighting out of the Time War, and he knows what he did. Matt and David they knew they were going to blow up the dog. So why the fuck am I scared of you? I already murdered you.
Yeah.
I already took care of you. You're gone in the future anyway. I did my job. I'm not scared of you anymore.
Yeah, that would be like going on a killing spree and then like showing back up to your house, and like a bunch of the people that you killed are like in your house again. You're like, oh fuck.
So
it is
like
funny. It is funny to see the end of Tenet, where the newly regenerated Tenet like does genocide, and he's like, why the fuck did you just do that? Even though it's literally his mortal enemies, he's still just like, don't fucking genocide like a whole fucking, like, it's good to see like the ins and outs of like him like battling with himself on what he chooses to do, but at the same time it's like there's just so much of it, so much of the Daleks, so much of the Cybermen. Like I get it, but honestly, like this just makes me look back at the Slovene stuff and be like, I wish they would have gone further with Slovene or other stronger alien races that were trying to do something.
The reason that the Daleks are so prevalent and have to be in every series? Because evidently there is a deal with the Terry Nation estate, the creator of the Daleks, that if you don't put the Daleks in a season of Doctor Who, just one season, that automatically everything the Daleks reverts back to the Terry Nation estate. BBC has no longer control over. So that's why you see the Daleks so much.
Which
in
one
all
showed
of
up in Jodie then? Which?
Yeah,
which
she's at the
episode?
very. She's in there. It's in there. At the because the Christmas episode is considered part of the season, and then she fights the Daleks in that one.
I just don't remember it, man. I'm trying.
I understand,
I don't remember it either.
and I think this episode coming up for Christmas has to do with the Daleks as well.
The Cyberman that was in there though.
A Mondasian Cyberman.
I didn't know the name of
It
this
wasn't
episode
Mondasian.
when we watched
Sorry.
it. When you turn it on, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, please fucking tell me that Cyberman has right now is like sending out messages and drug the doctor there."
Yeah, you really read
I was
into that.
super excited. I was like, "There's no way that thing's dead."
I was so super excited
Especially, like,
about
from-
it. Like not sounding excited at all.
She really likes the Cyberman, I think, more than the Daleks actually.
Yeah.
She's a bigger fan of the-
if I'm being honest, like after watching and rewatching all this stuff, Cybermen actually intrigue me more than the Daleks do, and I think it's because they've used Daleks more than the Cybermen, and so like Cybermen is just, and I think I could relate to the Cybermen being able to like sneak into like any type of race that they want to and take over, because they just show a lot of scenes of like them slowly integrating themselves into society, like the Tenant stuff when the ghosts of Manhattan.
Like when I think about that, I think more of like the silence. The silence like super sneaky integrates themselves into society. I feel like the Cybermen are more adaptive.
Yeah, true,
like,
true. Yeah, and I will give you that.
Quickly. Like that's what intrigues me. Like they were so far advanced that they realized that their next stage of evolution, in order to survive, was to turn themselves to wood. Like, what?
Oh, the Matt Smith stuff, yeah.
That's exactly why Tyrell has a tattoo on his arm. I was like, no. If you're gonna get a fucking Cyberman, it's gonna be the wood Cyberman, because that's the coolest. Like he had to, like they evolved so far that they had to go backwards to ensure their survival.
They are so adaptable. I'll give you that, kid. They are extremely adaptable. Well, and that goes into the Capaldi stuff, where like you see the or I think it was it Capaldi or Matt Smith? It was one of the two, where they go to the planet, and it's the theme park, and like the Cybermen is actually like they're not there, but they're little bugs. Like the little the full on Cybermen are not like like they're not functional, but they have the little bugs that are collecting all the information they need. They adapted to the point that they're so much more I'll give you that, kid. They are way more adaptable than fucking Daleks are, because Daleks are just, I'm gonna go in, fuck shit up, and I'm gonna make you a Dalek. Like I'm gonna fucking take apart your body, and I'm gonna make you a Dalek that way. But Cybermen are like, nah, we're gonna find multiple ways to take over anything. Like whatever you got, we'll adapt to it real quick. Like to me,
on the other inside of a Dalek,
that octopus looking son of a bitch,
fleshy, sticky, cum guzzling.
Oh,
everything that's going on. Tom knows. He's like, oh yeah.
Are we talking about
Bukaki.
BDSM again? I thought this was Tyrell's line.
No, but that creepy thing that's inside of them, I like that aspect of them a lot. That there's still like an organic being inside of the, what was it, Metaltron?
like they're organic, but they're so fucking, like their brain is just, it's like one sliver of a human brain, because they're one-sided of like,
all they know is hate.
Yeah, just hate. Just if you're not us, you're fucking.
The National Socialist Movement is actually they're Daleks.
Yes, because the Daleks are actually off the Nazis. Yes, because it was came out in the 60s. It's based off the Nazis. You're actually right, because they're a race that wants to exterminate all the other races because they're the purest race. That's what they're bred.
They mentioned it in this episode too.
So,
they're like, "Oh, you're not a human. We're going to kill you." Or you are a human. You're not us. We're going to kill you. So we're going to wipe out the entire human race.
Which honestly makes me question all the time. It's like they show all these things that are able to make change, but like granted, like,
what do you mean make change?
So like in the Tenet era, when they do Cybermen, they show the one woman that is running Torchwood Institute get turned into a Cyberman. She is able to go past the Cybermen hive mind, I guess is the best way to say that, and like she defends the corridor against the other Cybermen because she's like, I've done my duty, I'll do my duty. Like she goes past the like programming that a Cyberman can do. With this episode, you see the Dalek take the DNA from Rose Tyler, and now that DNA is giving them more than just that one track mind of kill, and it's more emotions of like fear and all this other shit, which Daleks don't have. They don't have fear. They don't have any, like, it's just one-sided mind. So it's like, you see, I would actually, for once, I would like them to see. The problem with them doing that, and I get why they wouldn't do it, is that it would kind of take them off the scale of being villains and more just another species within the universe. I still, on the bright side of it, I would still rather see them take the whole species of a Cyberman or Daleks and just turn them into just another species, someone who's just willing to survive, and just rather than exterminate anything within its race, because they mention it all the time, even at the Tenet, at the who was the Dalek that actually showed the doctor's children, who was the one that went into the void and pulled out the crazy Dalek that was like Sec, whatever, him. Like, he was crazy, but even him at the end of that was like, the Daleks still need to be destroyed. Like, he even saw it as like going into the void. Like, I would just like to see an evolution of them rather than a small, like, one or two out of every other season showing an evolution and then them being killed off and then the Daleks just resetting. I would like to see an evolution of that villain.
They tried that when they evolved them into colored ones in the episode.
I'm sorry, the what?
The colored Daleks. I think.
I see where Casey was going with that. God damn it, Tyrell. Wording, motherfucker.
What? How else are you gonna explain? They were of no.
Good job. Yeah, good fucking save, Tom.
Yeah, I understand what I said. I get it.
I think the word is DOC, the Daleks of color.
No.
Oh, God.
No, they brought colors to the Daleks.
That was those were the only Daleks that weren't gold.
And everybody fucking hated them, so they're like, all right, we're gonna go back to
like a red one and a blue one, yeah.
They're like, nope, not happening.
And like bronze, gold, depending on
colorblind.
That was fucking cool, because I never knew what those balls would do until that fucker exploded. I was like, oh, I didn't know those balls were bombs.
And that's another fucking thing that the Daleks can do that are never shown again. Ever shown again.
And you never see that sucker thing where it sucks their face.
Yeah.
Yes, you never see that as well. You never see the like you.
Plunger.
You literally never see the plunger used for anything. Anything.
Somebody else's face off.
I'd be fine.
I'm not talking about your mouth, Tom. I'm not talking about your mouth.
Honestly, I'd be fine with a whole.
Watch the balls explode after that.
I'd be fine with the whole human body getting sucked in there. I'd be fine with that because even
the graphics would be so much better.
Well, it makes sense because when
all 6'2", Steven.
Yeah, shut up. When you know when Capaldi is doing like the whole like he shrinks down in the little microscopic thing to inside the Dalek, they say that the Dalek still has to eat, still needs nutrients, so it's still like human bodies, and it's like where the fuck do you get the human bodies from, or where do they ingest that from? The fucking plunger. Use that more. Like you only show it once. Like
I bet they could get
So you want to
nutrients
see them
from
eating?
blood.
Is what you want to see?
Yeah, I want to see.
You wanna have an episode of them just. You want to watch like Anthony Bourdain?
Like, yeah, like a Dalek buffet, all you can eat buffet for Dalek.
Watch
That sounds like a great episode. You should really submit that in, Steven. Hey, next time we're in Galley, make sure you get with those writers. Fucking.
Oh fuck!
Can you
I'm
do an
sorry, man.
Adam
I just
or man versus food episode of the fucking.
I don't see the point. I'm sorry, dude. I don't see the point.
One side of them, they have to eat, right?
I just fuck off, Tom. I just don't see the point in having stuff on the Dalek if it's not used in anything other than that one episode that they actually showed it being used.
It needs to be an episode called Dalek versus food.
Okay. And so on that note, we will segue and start to transition out of this episode.
They're going out of business.
Who segue? I
Yeah.
thought they were already out of business. Does anybody? How would you rate this episode? You guys, classic.
So high.
Well, we know Tom is.
Probably about an 8 out of 10.
Who's? Oh, that's Casey. I was like, who's doing that?
You know it is.
Jesus Christ.
Macaroni in a pot.
It's one of after watching it again too, it's one of my probably more favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Like I said, it rates 12th in all time, so it's still.
I mean, I don't know if I put it that high. It's not that high on
It's
my
super detailed. It gives you a lot of information. You've been learning about the Doctor this whole time. You've been learning about the companions, and then now, like, although there's other things, like this is an enemy. This is an enemy. Like Danger Will Robinson, fucking shit, dude. So I think for me, I think it's just a really good episode. And then on top of that, like it traps Rose in by herself and like has some conversation and dialogue there, and there's just a lot of really good information about it.
You get a lot of personal growth out of Rose and the Doctor this episode because he realizes that I am not a Dalek. I'm not a murderer. I need to stop what I'm doing. Yeah.
He's also jealous as fuck because he's like, hey, you think he's like to Rose, he's like, hey, you think the new guy's cute or whatever? And she's like, I hadn't noticed. And he like gives this like smug ass look, like he's all fucking pissed off because like Adam's young and attractive and stuff like that.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact when the Dalek goes, what's the point of emotions? The point of emotions if you're not going to save the woman you love or some shit like that.
The Doctor loves all his companions. Not in a sexual way, other than Rose later on with fucking Tennant, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know.
Okay, first of all, before you fucking... That started with fucking Eccleston. I'm sorry. Like, it's like the whole connection of a companion started with Eccleston. Just because he changes his faces...
She went sploosh when fucking did
just okay, just because
I would do.
Just because just because Eccleston was the first Doctor that just because they change faces doesn't mean they change who they are. They still know who they are. Like there's a very small smidge that actually changes personality wise.
It's like
the whole time Tennant was like, I know this girl. I've known her since she was 19, and I'm gonna fuck her like she's 19.
Oh God,
is that what happened?
I'm a 900-year-old man. I'm a fucking 19-year-old. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, call that a fucking win.
I look good for 900.
900 years old? You look good, dude.
Yep. What were you gonna say, Tom?
Yeah, sorry for never Tom.
Oh, you're good. You're good. No, it's a good episode for me. I like it. I like a lot of development. Eccleston is like your typical fucking 2000s boyfriend, 90s boyfriend who is just fucking controlling and shit. He's done a lot of fucking that shit throughout the last couple of episodes.
He's missing the
Like-
McDonald's Archer's haircut though, with the shirt in the middle.
Yeah. But I
Loomis
think
hair.
but I think like watching back, like we've talked kind of some of that like throughout that anyways, how they showed some of the okayness with society, even though it was the 2000s, you know what I mean, 2005 still. That it's like TV and shit is just different today. So I don't know, it's kind of interesting. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite episodes. I like a lot about it. I really don't like that Adam was in it. I thought I'm glad that they didn't have him in as much as they did. But God, I fucking couldn't stand that dude in this episode.
I liked him.
Fuck this ass.
I
star.
liked it.
I honestly, I didn't mind him in this episode. I hated him in the next one.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated him
I
in the
haven't
next
seen it
one.
yet. No spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just saying, like, I absolutely hated. I didn't like. I mean, granted. Fuck, I can't say anything else. Otherwise, it'll spoil something. I can't say much more. I just didn't like him in the other episodes, or the other episode. It just because of certain things. We'll talk about it next. We'll talk about it next one. But
any of the watchers have anything they want to bring up?
Viewers?
We have no viewers right now, do we?
We have two concurrent viewers. I mean, it's gonna take time. It's our first live. Yeah.
I'm one of them.
And I'm one of them, I think.
I was one of them as well.
Cool.
Yeah. When we were
We
watching
actually
our
have
own
negative viewers.
Yeah, we watched our own podcast.
Here's the thing.
We watched it twice.
Sometimes you gotta
Dude,
watch yourself. You know?
Here's the thing. We just have to make sure that we start plugging this every episode, that we're going to be live, and we'll take viewer questions, we'll take viewer insights, we'll take all this stuff on YouTube when we're going live on this.
No, I'm just kidding.
that's the best way, because at that point we'll actually be able to like get some concurrent viewers.
Don't
and
monetize us.
fuck monetizing. I don't give a fuck about monetizing. Just the interaction and the engagement is what I would prefer from the YouTube side.
Casey, you got anything?
No, I'm good.
I'm a 10 out of 10 on this. This is a class
I liked it.
episode for me.
10 out of 10.
Bro, this is
10
one of
out
those,
of 10.
This is one of those that you can bring somebody into Doctor Who on, and they will go, okay, I want to watch what this show is. This is one of those episodes that you bring a non-fan in and go, hey, you just want to watch Doctor Who? Now, I know it's going to be a little cheesy for the sci-fi or the special effects. Just look past that and listen to the storyline and get into that. And then when you hear that, you're like, oh shit, I want to know what more about this. Because if somebody's interested.
And then my daughter starts to cry during the episode when Rose got stuck behind the fucking door.
Let her die.
Yeah, dude.
Let her die.
My daughter was sad, man. She was fucking horribly sad.
And Let Her Die at the end of this, like, what's that song?
No.
That's the song.
Foo Fighters?
Yeah.
Why'd you have to go and let it die?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
No? Okay.
But yeah, it's a good one for me. I really think it's up there, especially watching. This is the first time I've watched it in probably 8 years.
Yeah.
It
It was before me.
It was.
We've not. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, we've never watched this one.
Yeah, you never had.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. You can find me at Maniacal Monk on Twitter and Instagram. You can find the podcast at Who I Won on Twitter and Who I Podcast on Instagram. Rate and review us on Spotify, and you can find us on all of your podcast things that you will listen to. You can send your feedback. You can send your feedback to whohighpodcast@gmail.com.
Did you say feet pack?
Feet pack. Oh, here we're getting some more.
Oh, god damn it, Casey.
Our viewership just went up all of a sudden. Hi guys, how you doing?
Sorry, I turned on 2 more accounts.
And
You can find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs. I've done that too many times.
oh no, you've only done it once. That's the next song.
That's the last time.
Okay, I'm on Instagram at Casper with a K, Casper.Dylan.
Is
And
it
I am-
AR or ER? Do you want to clarify any of that as well too? Is there a period? Is there a hyphen?
Casper dot Dylan.
Yeah.
Whatever, they'll figure it out.
Dylan.
Makeup lash.
It's great makeup. I've been seeing some of your posts. I've been seeing some of your posts the last couple days. Case shit looks good. What was the red one? The red like fucking. I don't remember. I fucking couldn't remember.
They were pink.
Yes, the
blades
pink
are
ones.
awesome.
Yes, those were awesome. Those are fucking awesome as shit.
Thank you.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, they're really good.
Shut up, Tom. You don't have
Fuck
Instagram.
off. You don't have Instagram.
You can find me at xscatters on all social media. I mainly am xscatters. Twitch.tv/xscatters is what I do. I do Twitch, so that's where you can find me. Also, for all the viewers and listeners that we have, out of the 546 listeners we do the YouTube now, the YouTube live, and we will take the questions and the insight and the constant talk on the YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search Who High Podcast. You'll see us live every time we go, which is all one word. All one word. Just go to YouTube, search Who Hide Podcast. We will be on there every Friday, unless there's other days that we don't. That is not going to be a Friday, which we will post on our Twitters and Instagram about it.
Next week will be Thursday as well.
Yeah.
Will it be?
Yeah.
Okay. So join us next week for the exciting adventures of Adam and the Doctor. And we just we'll be discussing the long game and Father's Day. So we get to enjoy those two wonderful episodes. Although we get to see Simon Pegg this one, so I'm pretty excited for the next one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Simon Pegg is.
Yeah.
She's a.
God damn it.
There goes our sex life again.
We've talked about everything on this.
Yes. You know what? It's not a Who I podcast. Let's talk about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
Agreed. So see y'all next week.
Dream.